Oh, hey there. I want to tell you a story about communication. So when I got my first full-time penetration testing job, I was over the moon, super excited. I get to do the thing that I'd been training in my own time for quite a while to do. I'm getting paid to do it. And I'm not a consultant, I'm full-time. And so I started, and at first I just did scanning of networks, VA scans, really simple operating system things. But then eventually came the time where I got to do my first web app pen test. And I was really looking forward, quite frankly, to showing off all my skills and being like, yeah, I want to make you glad you hired me, right? And so there was a form I needed to fill out to tell them I'm doing a pen test, because a pen test can look like a malicious attack. Right? So you want the incident response team to know, don't worry, it's just Tanya. Everything's fine. And so I filled out the form. I sent it in the mandatory 5 days or whatever the thing was. And so the time came and I was really excited. I'm going to do my thing. And so I started up my application. I started up my testing tools. I'm pretty excited. I'm just doing some passive reconnaissance, looking around. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to start the automated scanner. And then I'm going to start doing some manual testing. And a few minutes later, this person from the incident response team runs into the room and looks absolutely like flabbergasted and totally excited and really stressed out. And she says, Tanya, is that you? And I look at her and say, yes, that is me, and Burp Suite, and maybe a WASP-Z attack proxy and a little bit of Nessus. And she says, why didn't you tell us? And I said, look, I filled out my form. I have it signed here right at my desk. And she said, no, there's another form. One alerts the SOC, and then the other one, I guess, alerts the NOC. Like, oh my gosh. So I guess they don't talk to each other, and there's two forms. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I scared you. And she said, that's cool, it's fine. I mean, I got my workout in because she had to run all the way through the building to me. Anyway, so she left. And then a few months later, so I started always filling out both forms, of course, right? So a few months later, she busts into my office, like in the middle of the day. I can't remember what I was doing. I was not doing a security test. She busts into my office and says, oh my gosh, Tanya, is that you? And I look at her and I say, it's not. And then she looks at everyone else and they're all like, she's the only web app pen tester here. Like, it's not us. And then her eyes got super wide and then she just ran out of the room. And so the moral of this story is, one, you should always communicate. If you're going to do a security test on a network that is monitored, you need to make sure the incident response team knows what you are up to. You do not want a person running into your office, freaking out, thinking that maybe your machine has malware on it or something like that. You definitely want to make sure that you're alerting all the proper people that you should. And two, oh my gosh, I never knew that the question, is that you, could be so loaded.